Black Shark 5 Pro Review, a great gaming-focused smartphone. The Black Shark 5 Pro is a great gaming-focused smartphone that offers the gamer look without being too in your face. Expect flagship-level performance, ultra-fast 120W charging and an improved camera setup, though JoyUI isn't the most intuitive software around. Xiaomi-owned Black Shark is one of the key manufacturers of gaming phones in recent years, with unique innovations like magnetic pop-up triggers offering genuine innovation for keen mobile gamers, and that trend is set to continue with the Black Shark 5 Pro. However, the impressive design and performance of the Black Shark 5 Pro mean it's more expensive than ever before, and more expensive than key rival Red Magic 2. Has Black Shark done enough to justify a price that's edging ever closer to flagship smartphones? Well, design and build, gamer aesthetic, but slightly toned down. New camera bump on the rear. Customizable LED lighting on the rear. The Black Shark 5 Pro, like the rest of the collection, is a gaming phone through and through, and that's very much reflected in its design, though it is arguably toned down a little this time around. While the phone still has all the quirks of a typical gamer aesthetic, including bold lines and icons donned across its rear, it's completely smooth to the touch with a nice matte finish that feels good in the hand and provides extra grip. That's a stark contrast to angular alternatives like the Asus ROG phone and its aluminium rear, but I like the more subtle gamer feel this time around. The camera housing has also been redesigned, ditching the horizontal camera bar for a more rectangular camera bump, with beveled edges helping disguise just how raised the bump is from the rest of the body. It's not huge, but it's certainly there. And, of course, what kind of gaming phone would it be without LED lighting? That's present on the rear in the form of a small LED window to the right of the camera bump, which changes colors and pulsates in different patterns to reflect different states, incoming calls, charging, gaming and so on. It does look cool at a glance, but considering it's on the rear of the phone, it's more something that those around you will appreciate more than you. Elsewhere, it's very much business as usual, with volume rockers and a power button, with embedded fingerprint reader, embedded into the sides, a USB-C port on the bottom as well as 2 additional switches on the right side of the phone. But more on those a little later. The Black Shark 5 Pro is available in new color options, Stellar Black and Nebula White, with the former, supplied for review, boasting a blue-purple tint in the light for added depth. Display. Fast and responsive 144Hz 6.67 inches display. Downgrade from AMOLED to OLED technology. Bright enough for outdoor use. The Black Shark 5 Pro's 6.67 inches display is designed for gaming, with a high refresh rate and an even higher touch response rate designed for low-lag, buttery smooth gaming. The 144Hz refresh rate may not be the fastest around. That crown goes to the 165Hz Red Magic 7, but the refresh rate is a traditional sweet spot for PC gamers, arguably who the phone is marketed to most. It's a similar story with the 720Hz touch input. It's fast, but not quite the fastest on the market, though at some point it becomes much of a muchness that doesn't have a noticeable benefit to mobile gaming. What's most interesting about the Black Shark 5 Pro's display is the technology. While the Black Shark 4S Pro featured a Super AMOLED display, the latest model sports an OLED display. There aren't many differences between the two, but AMOLED is said to offer better power efficiency than OLED, so it's surprising to see Black Shark make the switch, especially when its battery is already of a lower capacity than competing gaming phones from Asus and Red Magic. Display technology aside, the Full HD+ 1080 by 2400 resolution 6.67 inches display provides a crisp, vibrant experience whether you're gaming or just scrolling through TikTok, with the ability to tweak the display's color palette in the settings menu if it's not to your taste. It's plenty bright too, with the maximum 496 candelas per meter 2 via manual brightness adjustment more than enough for outdoor use. Performance and gaming. Snapdragon 8 General 1 offers top-level game performance. Magnetic triggers vastly improve the mobile gaming experience. New magnetic cooler is poorly designed. Being a top-end gaming phone, it should come as no surprise that the Black Shark 5 Pro has top-end internals to match. That comes in the form of Qualcomm's top-end Snapdragon 8 General 1, coupled with either 8GB, 12GB of 16GB of speedy LPDDR5 6400 MHz RAM and either 256GB or 512GB of storage depending on the option you go for. That's a big boost in performance compared to the regular Black Shark 5 with its Snapdragon 870, and is in line with other gaming phones like the Red Magic 7 Pro. As you might expect, those specs deliver an impressively fast and responsive smartphone experience, especially when coupled with the 144Hz, 720Hz touch sample rate of the display. There's no noticeable lag or stuttering when scrolling through media-heavy social media apps. The camera is responsive and the animations are buttery smooth. That's just as true when gaming. The Snapdragon 8 General 1 and Adreno 730 make light work of even high-end Android games like Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG, New State. You can run titles with detailed graphics and still expect a solid 60 FPS gaming experience, or up to 144 Hz, if the game supports it. That's generally backed up by our benchmark results, with impressive CPU and GPU performance that beats standard flagships that cost almost double the price, and can compete with most high-end gaming alternatives in 2022. When it comes to gaming, the Black Shark 5 Pro has a trick up its sleeve in the form of magnetic triggers embedded into the side of the phone. Accessible by flipping a switch at either end of the phone, triggers pop out from its body, providing a more console-esque gaming experience without additional accessories. There is a bit of setup, with the triggers requiring manual remapping for most Android titles, but it's a simple process that only takes a few seconds, and it also means you can use them on titles that don't officially support controllers. Besides triggers, the Black Shark 5 Pro can also use other inputs, like shaking the phone, to perform other actions, making for a versatile gaming experience that gives you the edge in online competitive gameplay. Despite improved cooling on offer from the latest model, the Black Shark 5 Pro can still get noticeably hot over prolonged periods of gameplay, and that can have a negative effect on performance. To get around this, Black Shark has released the optional Black Shark magnetic cooler that magnetically attaches to the rear of the phone to keep it cool. The problem is that the phone doesn't have built-in magnets like the iPhone's MagSafe system. Instead, you have to attach a magnetic sticker to the rear of the phone. Camera. Meaningful upgrades to 108MP main rear camera. Fixed focus 120-degree ultra-wide is frustrating. Macro camera boasts has autofocus, instead of the ultra-wide. Cameras aren't usually a huge focus when it comes to gaming phones. Gamers don't care about cameras, according to manufacturers. But the Black Shark 5 Pro has seen the first camera spec bump in the past few generations. While the ultra-wide remains identical to its predecessor, both the main and, surprisingly, macro lenses have had decent upgrades.